Assalamu alaikum. The thing is that I don't even want to say the score, but the thing that drives me crazy the most that I've ever been is when I'm right on things that I don't want to be right. Let me give you an example. I said that if we're not going to play good in a way, specifically where we don't press well, we're not playing as a team, where we're not being creative with our attacks, we are not going to win. No matter which player comes on the pitch or off the pitch, we are simply going to struggle. I've been saying this for the past, I think, 5 match previews by now, but nothing has changed. And this game that we just all witnessed was horrific in the most disastrous way possible. Before I even get into the game, I didn't even pay attention that much on the game. I was out with my family. I had a nice time that I spent with them. I had an event that I had to go to. It was a good day. I was watching the game on my phone. I was on and off on the attention. And then the second half, where I was just paying attention to everything, was just horrific from beginning of the game till the end of the game. But even during the second half, everything was just horrible for Real Madrid. And what I listed on my list was that I put pros and cons. The pros was nothing. There was nothing good about this game. Whoever wants to mention the times where Mbappe, where Arda had these good chances, those are never going to make it on my list. Because if there's not more than one moment or more than even 5 moments where even we're controlling the momentum of the game and everything is going our way, both offensively and defensively, I'm not going to list anything that went well. Whether it's shots missed, that is not a good thing. That's not positive on my list. I don't know if it's going to make it on your list. But the fact is that we are horrible. Simple as that. The past 7 games, besides that last game where I clearly said I'm not going to let that game, the athletic club game, I'm not going to let it distract me from the fact that we are horrible as in recently. Overall, like I said, from Xabi Alonso to the players, we've been horrible in a way that none of us expected to be. Horrible. And before I even get to our game itself, let me just start off by saying the referee was horrible, but I am not going to blame him for our loss. Because clearly we played better with only 10 men. And that is the only truth that Xabi Alonso said during that press conference. Like I said, I'm recording this video late, so I saw the press conference and everything. I came home late, so I couldn't record this right after the match. Anyways, the referee was horrible in his ways, and I don't know what got into him, but he was horrible. But the truth is, that is not the reason why we lost. We lost due to everything possible, besides the fact that the lineup was the only lineup that we could think of, right? But at the same time, he is still doing these things where he's not starting Rodrigo. He's not giving a chance to Endrick. He's putting on Gonzalo, who's also been horrible. There has not been a moment for our young stars to shine in moments like these. For example, we all saw how horrible Asensio is. Why is he only being taken out of in the second half? Why? To put in Rodrigo? What a choice that was, right? Why isn't Valverde starting at right back? Why isn't Carreras going on the left back? And we have Tchouaméni playing the one who fills in the role. There are things that Xabi Alonso says that he doesn't do, but things that he believes in that just doesn't work because he never tries it. What do you even think about this team in Real Madrid? The players, by the way, none of them were playing for the badge. None of them. I see that Tchouaméni has the highest rating. I'm not going to let it distract me. I'm not going to speak good at all in this video. I'm not going to say anything that's good in this video. And I'm wearing this hat to prove that I am a loyal fan. Just because we're in a horrible landslide right now, I still have faith for this team. But it's just annoying where what Xabi Alonso says contradicts what he does. Where he says he trusts in the youth and he's not giving any chances to the youth going into this lineup, for example. And the most bizarre thing to me is that he doesn't even bring in Endrick in moments like these, where Endrick has that spark in him. right? And look, I'm going to keep jumping around because there's a lot of things going in my head. But the thing is that Rodrigo, right? You put him on, and yes, he's been horrible. But you can't put him on and expect him to have magic when literally everything is against him. Now the fans are criticizing him. The manager has broken his will. Like, he doesn't have anything supporting him besides himself and maybe his teammates. But other than that, I'm not going to give him like the benefit of the doubt, right? Because like that he lost his will and he's not, doing good because of that. But what I'm trying to say is that how can you expect a player to do magic when you literally broke them down from day one? You broke them down from day one. Even though Rodrigo never said that, you could tell. Xabi Alonso, and I was speaking today with my cousin about Xabi Alonso and his ideology. It does not fit this Real Madrid team. It does not. It's not Xabi Alonso's fault, and it's not the player's fault. That's just what it is. It does not work. Because number one, Xabi Alonso is contradicting himself, which I spoke about already. But the thing is that his style of play, if you look at Leverkusen, for example, his style of play is meant for players who are hungry, for a team who's hungry for success. This team we have already players that have won a lot with Real Madrid, right? Whether it's 2 league titles, 2 Champions League, it is a lot. Domestic cups. But if the players are not going to play like they are hungry for more, then either Xabi Alonso has to adjust his tactics and adjust the way he approaches the games with these players, or to put it as simple, that we just have to replace the manager. Some people want Zidane back. He's not coming back. But the thing is that I don't want Xabi Alonso to leave, right? People are so quick to blame, right? And I'm one of them. I'm quick to blame Xabi Alonso, quick to blame the players. It is the truth. But the thing is that why is this happening now? Like, we have injuries. But like I said, everybody that plays for this club should be prepared to play for that starting role. Xabi Alonso has said it himself. If a player is not doing good and nobody's guaranteed a starting 11's position, why have we been seeing the same thing over and over and over again? Like, yes, they've been changing. Yes, like a player or two has not been starting, some starts. But in general, we have not seen new faces, consistently new faces. And we lack rotation. Now, we have players who are getting injured, like Militão, for example. We have Dean Huijsen, who keeps getting, so far, injured twice already. Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's getting injured. I think he's just injury prone. There's a lot of questions going on in this team, and it needs to be answered quickly because now Barcelona is ahead of us by 4 points. They're 4 points clear, and now we have to win 3 consecutive games, and they have to drop points in those 3 consecutive games for us to regain the lead. But the thing is that there has to be consistency, and we don't have consistency. This game, there was nothing that's consistent about it. Nothing. We have Carreras, who got a red card in this game. And so far, him playing as a center back this season has not shown us anything at all. But he persists on putting him as center back. Why? Because he's played there before. Doesn't care about the results though, right? We have injuries. I get it. Rudiger could have started. Yes, it was going to risk the injury, but he could have started. We are not in a position where we could just gamble in this game and just hope for the best. Because, like I said, if you guys have noticed, we've been losing for the teams that are in the bottom half of the league. Let's look at it. Elche, before this game, we lost to them, right? I'm Celta Vigo. Elche, when the time when we versed them, they were in the bottom of the table. Rayo Vallecano, right? We struggled against them. Girona, we struggled. Oh my God, I don't even want to say it, but they look at their form and we drew against them. That should tell you something about us right now. This is not okay. For anybody who's saying it's okay, you know that there is a problem. You know deep down. We cannot be delusional. We have to be honest and speak the truth. Because if there is no truth, there won't be any result. And that is a fact. And by the way, let me point this out. If Villarreal, if they win their next game, which, oh my God, look at that. Look at them. They're going to go ahead of us. And we're going to be number 3. And then we're going to have to fight for the second position. And then we're going to have to fight for the first position again. Let me make it very, very, very clear. We are not in a position to gamble in games. We are not. We are not in a position to try things out in games. We are not. We have to see what is working for us and what is not. And avoid the knots and do what's working. Because clearly, us trying these new things, right? Xabi Alonso, I'm speaking to you if you're watching this video, if you're subscribed, which now I know that you're not. We are not going to progress any further. And by the way, expect us to go maybe 5 or 6. With this pace that we're playing at right now, don't expect anything good to happen. I don't expect anything good to happen. And if I have to be honest, I watch a couple of Real Madrid content creators, and some of them do say some of the things that I say, but not to this extent where I am 100% right. So far, what I've seen with Real Madrid and what I've said about them, I've been right and have not been proven wrong. Not even once. Not even once. Yes, against Athletic Club, I was proven wrong because I said that we were going to struggle, and clearly we did not. But in some ways, I was still right about the things that I said, because I said that if we don't do these things, we are going to struggle. But yet, we did do these things. And don't forget that Athletic Club have had good chances. And like I said, if we don't have Courtois in goal, we are going to concede even far more goals than we've already had. So you can't tell me that we are safe. Individual brilliance has what's gotten us so much success, but now we can't rely on that anymore. I believe that the players got so used to Ancelotti that they don't want to change either. Our players are playing like they are spoiled. And they are, because they've won so much with Real Madrid. They've won so many moments. They've won so many trophies. And if they don't want to win anymore, then they could simply leave. And look, Vinicius Jr., I love him, and I would prefer if he stays. But if he's going to keep playing in the way he does, if Rodrigo is going to keep playing the way he is, even though I do support Rodrigo, it's better off for them to leave. And I guarantee you about Rodrigo, I guarantee you that once he goes to that new club, that wherever he lands, we are going to regret leaving him. If he goes to a club that gives him the support, that gives him the passion again, that gives him the purpose, trust me, we're going to see the same Rodrigo we fell in love with. And that is a promise that I'm 100% confident in. Same with Endrick. Because Endrick, like I said, last season in the Copa del Rey, we have not seen anything like that Endrick. And so far, sadly enough, he's only played maybe, 2 games, a couple of minutes, and that's it, which is sad. I don't know what Xabi Alonso is. I don't know what's going on in his head. And one thing I do agree with him is what he said in the press conference, saying that we played better when we had 10 men, and which is a horrible, horrible thing. Because once we have 11 men, we have to play with everything we got. And so far, in these past 7 games, we have not been playing like that. Nothing at all. Nothing. I don't know what happened. It's ever since we beat Barcelona, that's where our downfall happened. That's where everything kind of went down. Is it because we got an ego now that we beat Barcelona, who's supposed to be the clear favorites to win everything? I don't know what it is. And we have not been playing the best. And it turns back now to not only Xabi Alonso, which I said a couple of videos ago, but it turns back to even the players. The players have to start questioning themselves. Do they want to actually win? Do you guys want to play for the badge? If not, then just leave the club. Simple as that. And Xabi Alonso, you have to start benching. Start benching these starters. Whether it's Vinny, whether it's Mbappe, whether it's Bellingham, start benching them if they are not playing with passion. Let them leave. Because like everybody says, nobody is bigger than the club. Nobody. But here we are trying to renew Vinicius' contract and give him a higher salary, and he's still not at the same level. I don't want Vinny to leave. I don't. But because I feel like from all the media and everything, I think that the club's putting themselves down to offer Vinicius a salary for him to stay. But here I thought nobody's bigger than the club. I don't know what to think. You guys have to see it from that point of view, because at this point and at this rate, we are really not going to win anything this season. We are not going to win anything. We have nothing answered. We are stuck. We are lack of passion. Everything is just going wrong. Nothing is going right for us. Like I said, from the player to the manager to the tactics to the medical team, everything is questionable. But I turn it to you now because I want to know what you think. Do you think Real Madrid, is this just a little bump on the road for us? What do you think is going on? What is the bad that's going on with Real Madrid? Is it the manager alone? Is it the players? Is it both? Is it something that's going on behind the scenes? There has to be an answer, but we're not getting it, and that is what's frustrating me the most. And now we're heading into facing Manchester City, who's also not doing the best, but yet I am still not confident in watching and in playing them. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. And we're so close to 200 subscribers, and I thank every single one of you guys who've been watching. It's been a tough one, and for the past couple of videos, it's been a tough one, but I believe we will be back. I'm wearing this hat with a passion, and I know we will be back. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for subscribing, and make sure you do subscribe if you are new, because we are close to 200, well on our way to 300 to hit half 1,000 of subscribers. So thank you so much, and until then, Assalamu alaikum.